chocolate. Totally sexy or not?
Nah.
No.
Sexy. Yeah.
Unless it's in a flourless chocolate cake, then that's sexy. But if we're just talking a little piece.
Yeah. Or if it's on a man, then that's sexy too. But
It was,
It's melted. I don't want
it was my stripper name in a past life. So
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
go with
separate my dessert with my dessert, if you get what I mean. Nobody eats sticky.
I don't eat where I eat, is what I'm saying.
Okay, glad we cut that right there so we can all keep
Yeah,
working. Because you guys know how we like to go down an inappropriate rabbit hole.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey guys, welcome to this Winning Wednesday. We're gonna make it wonderful. I'm Felicia Lawrence. We got John Hanson and Amy Rutledge hanging out today.
Well, and we also have to say it's Miss Felicia's birthday. Woo woo! Happy birthday, girl!
Thank you guys. Thank you. Love you guys. Long distance hugs.
Long distance hugs, big hugs.
Is that why you lit the candle tonight, Felicia? One little birthday cake candle there for you.
I want this to be a nice Zen day. I don't have time for any problems because it's my birthday.
Good job,
Okay.
girl, as you should.
Let's start with a really kind of fun story here today. Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he has a real sweet spot in his heart for kind of unusual Chicago place. He revealed it during his speech today after he was nominated to be Transportation Secretary. Let's take a look.
Travel in my mind is synonymous with growth, with adventure, even love, so much so that I proposed to my husband Chasten in an airport terminal. So don't let anybody tell you that O'Hare isn't romantic.
Well, O'Hare ran with that. They took the compliment well. They updated their Twitter to a place of romance, which a lot of people have taken for a lot of different meanings. I think it's kind of cute. I'm glad they did it. But guys, if O'Hare is like the place of romance for a husband or for a wife, then Midway must be the place for your mistress. So here are my slogans for Midway Airport. You ready?
Let me go first because yours are going to be way better than mine. Okay. I would say Midway, for those whose love can't go the distance.
Oh, that's good, Felicia.
I say that because, especially as a Southsider, if you get a ride, an airport drop off to O'Hare, that person loves you. Okay, that is far. It's a lot of traffic. You got to get through the loop. You're in the Dan Ryan and the Kennedy, intersecting with the Eisenhower. It's too much. So that person loves you.
Ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
All right, here are mine. You can touch and go from Central to Cicero. Okay. If you want a quick ride, fly to the South Side. Pilots, put your nose down 20 minutes from downtown. And my last one here is get off and up fine at the end of the Orange Line.
I like that one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Well, transportation. You might be the assistant secretary of transportation, John.
That's funny.
You guys have to, you know what you don't know at home is that John Hanson has been laughing his head off for the last 15 minutes as he wrote these because he's like, I am so amazing.
Yeah, you got fun. Our producer also says that they're underwhelmed, and I just got to say, you got to think of the innuendos, the double entendres, the triple entendres, and then they're funny. But let's move on. Oh.
Yes,
I knew there was a horn coming.
Chicago in 60. So happy holidays to Chicago. Philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. She is Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. She donated more than $30 million to charities in the Chicago area in the last 4 months. Now that is part of $4.1 billion she's given to some 384 organizations in the U.S. to help with COVID relief. The hit Broadway show Moulin Rouge the Musical is going to start its first national tour. Yep, right here in Chicago. Performances at the James Niederlander Theater will begin in February 2022. Pre-COVID, the show was supposed to start this week in Chicago, actually, but those tickets will be honored now in March of 2022.
Okay.
2 local women have just created the city's first local CBD ice cream. Ida's Artesian Ice Cream Treats and Tulip Tree Gardens have come up with 6 infused flavors. They do deliver weekends to the city and the suburbs. You know, I'm always fascinated about the CBD. You put it in ice cream, you got me hooked.
Nah, pass.
Yeah,
Right.
don't create new flavors. Just infuse the current flavors. Maybe.
No, they came up with flavors infused with CBD. They're like buttercream and like chocolate. You like chocolate?
No, I don't trust CBD oils. I know that seems crazy for someone that will have a glass of whiskey every now and then, and that's way worse than CBD. But I know. I'm not a big fan. I know.
I'm sending you.
Speaking of
multiple tonight.
Right. Well, I was going to make a joke about CBD and transition to Brandon, but I'll just let it write itself. Hey, B.
What would the joke even be?
I don't know. I'm very underwhelming tonight, apparently. So you go ahead. You know what that's all about.
That means John had no joke. He just wants you to think he's funny, right? Well, hey guys, Twista, he's taking the term Season of Giving to heart. He's got his annual toy drive going down in Chicago Heights, Aurora, and Addison. This time he's working with the Habitat for Humanity Restore, and he needs your help to make a kid's Christmas special this year.
I know the way I felt when I was a little shorty and getting those gifts from mom and things like that. So to see the kids' faces just light up and know that you were a part of it and that you played a positive role in their life is a gratifying thing, man. It makes you feel real good. And it's not about getting anything back. You want to give as much as you can. And if something happens for you, that's a blessing.
So help out the little shawties. Last day for drop-off is December 19th. You can hit up the Habitat Restores in Addison, Aurora, and Chicago Heights. And if you would like to receive some toys for your kids, you can email Twista directly to be part of that drive. It should be on the screen there. There we go. twistagifts@gmail.com. Make sure to email by December 19th if you want to be a part of that. Felicia.
Yeah, you said help out the little shouties. Is that what you just said?
Shouties. Yeah, the shouties. Yes.
The shorties. There's an R in there, right?
And his newscaster voice.
Yeah, you never heard that before, right? Listen,
No,
I'm able to flip
cute.
back and forth pretty easily.
Real chameleon.
There you go. Diversity. All right. Chicago rapper, let's talk about her. Cupcake dropped a diss track today calling out 20 rappers, everyone from Lil Baby, DaBaby, to Cardi B and Lil Kim. So take a listen.
I can make Wiz Khalifa just choke off a Newport. Is that Tory Lanez or is that too short? Snatch the strap from Young Ma up in New York. Catch Lizzo, drag out the food court. Open up the bag, give me everything you got. Run up on Megan like, give me your funds, and you can't even run because you just got shot.
She said, you know, Megan Thee Stallion got shot earlier this year. She said, you can't even run because you just got shot. So she was really calling it out. She said, everyone calm down. Don't be sensitive. It's all in love. That's what she said. But
I really appreciate your translation, Felicia. That really helps.
I have no idea what you just said.
Well, also, I'll note I had to look up Cupcake, the rapper, because I'm not as cool as Brandon Pope, apparently. And she has over 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. Just FYI, for anyone saying, who is she? She is somebody, apparently. Anywho, there's a lot to hate on in 2020. So what would be in your diss tracks? Amy, you got to go first.
Yeah, I don't have one because I have no idea what she said, so I was really confused about what a diss track was.
Hope you got something.
I do have something. I actually wrote a diss track. Okay, I wrote a little diss rap. Okay,
do you need a beat or you got this?
I got this. The beat might throw me off.
Okay.
It's about the Grammys. Okay, here we go. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your nanny. I'm about to set it off about these 2020 Grammys. The Weeknd's a low-key legend in the game. His album breaking records, but you won't recognize the name. Oh, what a shame to be so prestigious, yet be so lame. And what you did to Biebs and Tiana Taylor was like a first down punt. You're irrelevant to the culture. The Grammys are corrupt.
Oh,
drop the mic.
That's good.
Mic drop.
I like it.
John, before you add some vanilla to this mix, let me just say, mine would have gone in on parking tickets and city stickers because they keep getting me out in front of my house and I don't appreciate it.
All right, here's my diss track. Ready? I'm calling out COVID now. Go on and take a bow. You ruined the club, put us in trub, and now we're going to shock you, wow. Put a shot up all in you, pow. No more taking the Dow. It's called a vaccine, you know what I mean? If we're an Italian, we'd say ciao. Soon you'll be gathered in crowds. You'll be up in the clouds. COVID-19 got a vaccine. Soon we won't need these shrouds. Hope you enjoyed the year, bro. I'll admit it got low. We got a new plan. He's got a new plan. His name is Sleepy Joe. Boom.
Okay. I got nothing to say. I got nothing
Wow.
to say on that note.
That was good. Come on. I actually did like a, like a trap.
I
Yeah.
really
I appreciate the
your effort
passion.
there.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Drop bars on them.
Vanilla fire.
Yeah.
Vanilla fire.
All right,
That should be your
was
rap
fun,
name.
guys. Yes, it now is. Trust me, it is. All right, guys. Whoa, after the break, a Chicago politician calling out CPD on Twitter. We're going to have all the details and news you need to know right after this.
Our producer called that a slam poem.
That was Brandon. Brandon was the slam poem.
Brandon was a slam poem.
Look, there's no doubt that 2020 will be remembered of a year of great social change, but social media played a huge role in that too. I had a chance to talk with Terrence Chappell, and he says there's a lot to learn from the year that we spent a lot on our screens. Social media more important now than ever, especially since we've spent 10 months staring at our phones while sitting at home, and it certainly has changed the world. Terrence Chappell joining us now to chat all about it. It's been good, it's been bad, it's been everything, Terrence.
It has been a lot of things. I mean, if anything that 2020 has taught us, it's definitely to be grateful for the basic of necessities, and then know when to plug in and to unplug from social media.
Yeah, exactly. Unplugging probably going to be one of the words of 2021. But let's talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, because obviously spreading like a firestorm later than it should have, but certainly social media played a huge role in the George Floyd video being, disseminated, and obviously the reactions to it.
I think what you see, like Black Lives Matter has been around forever, and it's Black Lives Matter has been around ever since Black Lives have been around. And I think what we've seen with social media is the amplification of that. And we really were able to receive a global perspective of how people in different countries and different cities around the world are not only reacting, but showing their support and engaging with this movement.
TikTok wasn't new in 20. Yeah, and as you see, we were talking about TikTok, and plenty other things about the year in review of social media with Terrence. You can go to our website, thejamtvshow.com, for more of that.
All right, the news you need to know. I'm Brandon Pope. Kim Fox is speaking out on the wrongful raid of a Chicago social worker's home. CPD body cam footage shows officers busting into Anjanette Young's West Side home in 2019. She was handcuffed while naked. Young filed a Freedom of Information Act request for the video, but the police department denied it. Ultimately, a federal judge forced the department to release the clip after Young had filed a lawsuit. The city filed an emergency injunction last night to try and stop local media from actually airing that clip. Now, in a series of tweets today, the Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox said in part, the audacity that the city calculated its embarrassment over the release of the video is a clear violation of Miss Young's body and autonomy. Her humanity was literally stripped from her. This is what's wrong with our criminal justice system. This is why there is a lack of trust. And Mayor Lightfoot was asked why her administration went to court to try and kill the story. She claims she saw the vid for the first time yesterday, had no knowledge of it prior to that, and has asked for a full review of how this all was handled. She's also recently apologized for that suit and for the incident with this social worker here. But yeah, this has been going around like crazy. It's been spreading around, people hitting me up about it outside of Chicago. And it's just, it's disgusting. It's horrifying for so many to see. And it's been the topic of conversation through City Hall and throughout all kinds of newscasts.
Yeah, I mean, a range of emotions going on here, most of them being anger. I mean, anger that this happened anyway and that this woman was treated like that. And then that it was, the video wasn't going to be released right away or even at all. They were trying to block it from being released. And then, I was like, oh, this woman is going to get a lot of money for this. So I guess she'll be paying for her therapy, but then anger again, because that still is costing the taxpayers who have to pay for another oops by the Chicago Police Department. I will say this seems to be being handled a lot better than the Laquan McDonald situation in terms of transparency, but it still seems like we got a long way to go. A little bit of work still needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm a little like on the fence, like the mayor's office saying that they didn't know anything about the video, but yet it was trying to block it from actually going out there. That Kim Fox's response and then the tweets that followed, not necessarily from her, but from people responding to her tweets and questioning her own criminal justice system and how she's kept more people in jail or let them out. A lot of questions here raised about which side of the fence you're on. And it really, like, this poor woman is at the crux of all this. And I feel so horrible for her because the video is awful. But all the responses kind of leave me scratching my head a little bit.
Yeah, to be honest, I understand this is a complex situation, and there are nuances with all of these things. Having said that, Mayor Lightfoot needs to read the room and read what's happened in 2020, and also read what she said herself in getting to become the mayor with 3/4 of the vote in that runoff election in an office of transparency. And this isn't. The answer today is saying something went wrong here, and here's what I need to do about it moving forward. She was passing blame in her press conference to the mayor that was on reporters for doing their job. She's been kind of a bulldog with reporters in her administration. She's reading this all wrong, needs to do a mea culpa and make sure that there aren't more of these videos out there that are going to come out and leak out over the next few years. They need to all come out now.
And John, when it comes to this relationship you're trying to build between community and police, there are activists out there who have told me they view the police force as Mayor Lightfoot's gang. They see them as an oppressive force against them, and seeing a raid on an innocent woman's home doesn't help that narrative at all. So, this is not a good look in any way for Mayor Lightfoot, and she's got to do a lot here to repair relations between police and the community, which are this just rips them apart even more.
Yeah, because they've been doing reviews on these types of raids where it was the wrong house, and there have been some, dozens of them in the last couple of years. It was on the wrong house. This is just the first time we are seeing video of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and at the same time, you're also glad it didn't end with somebody dying. So it's like these have turned out to be way worse than what this one has. So clearly a lot still has to happen here. She said reviewing the process, a lot of review is necessary.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, we are chatting with a fan favorite from Dancing with the Stars. Don't go anywhere.
She's one of the most recognizable professional dancers in the world, a former Mirrorball Trophy winner, and recently came in second place this year on Dancing with the Stars. Jenna Johnson joins us now to talk all about dance and her career. And I got to tell you, congratulations. Second place, that's still an honor, but we all thought you should have been first.
Thank you. I was bitter for about 2 days, and then I realized life goes on. We had an amazing season, and I'm just so proud of the work that both Neve and I did. So I could not be more proud, but thank you.
Was it weird this season? I mean, obviously it was. That's kind of a silly question, but with the COVID guidelines in place, did you find it easier or harder to compete? Because you didn't have all the crowds, but you still had to do the whole show performance.
You know, obviously there were so many changes and just like regulations, restrictions to try to make our production go on air during this pandemic. I'm so grateful to Dancing with the Stars for, taking it seriously, making sure all of us were healthy and safe. But it was very different, not being able to interact like we usually do. The distance between all the couples. And then obviously, like you said, there was no audience. And I will tell you that at first I was like, ooh, I'm going to hate this because, you want that reaction from the audience, that genuine just energy. But I didn't mind it. Definitely different.
You made the comment this season that you refound your love of dance. Talk a little bit about that. Like, did you just kind of get stuck in a rut and something this year kind of kicked you in the butt a little bit and made you feel it again?
Yeah, it's so funny. Everyone was so worried that I was like gonna quit dance. That was never the case. I think we all go through phases in our work life and our hobbies and what our passion is. You go through these ups and downs. And I think for, about like 2 years, I was so monotonous of season, tour, season, tour, season, tour. And I am so grateful for that. But I think I forgot why I do it, why I love to do it. What's the driving force other than let's work, let's make money, what's the next step? And I think this season was a really great just moment for me to tap back into my creativity, push myself. And, I did rekindle this like, oh, this is why I do what I do. I love it. I really, really love it.
You compete against your husband on a regular basis. How fun is that?
Yeah. I love it. I mean, everyone's always like, are you guys at each other's throat competitive? And I'm like, what? I love it because, being able to share a career or a passion with the person that you love most is pretty insane. It's pretty inspiring, Yeah. It's hard to maintain that like work and then just personal life and find that balance. But He is my biggest cheerleader during the season. I think I get more stressed for him than I do myself. I'm just like, oh my gosh, nail it. Like I get so intense. But I love it. Just being able to have him there, it calms me.
Well, Jenna, it's always good to see you dancing on the screen. I'm so happy that you found the love of dance again this year, and we're looking forward to a lot of more seasons with you.
Thank you. Me too.
Bye, Jenna.
Bye, guys.
You can keep up with all of Jenna's projects and dance adventures, of course, on social media. You see her handles there right on the screen. And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Gray sweatpants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What am I missing?
Oh my God, Krista.
John Hamm is wearing them.
Krista, I'll have to call you and explain it later. It's
Gray sweatpants?
John Hamm, yes.
If you go on social media and hashtag the sweatpants.
Just type it in Twitter. Type
Really?
I'm a
Just go to Google. Just go to
What
Google.
is going?
Wait, so you know Krista?
I just don't get
All right.
Yes, happy Wednesday. That's the energy I like. That's it. That's it. Give the people what they want.
Oh, you better believe it. It's here. It's always ready. Ready to go.
Yes, Amy in the animal print. She's wild. She's fierce. She can't be stopped.
And I'm in a gray sweatshirt. Nothing says sexy and ready for a wild night like this. Little plaid underneath. Ooh.
You guys, it's the Jam if you don't know by now. Felicia Lawrence here, John Hanson, and Amy Rutledge. And this is kind of interesting. So we're getting our first esports tournament. The Chicago Park District is co-hosting it. And it's an NBA 2K21 tournament. It's going to go down noon on December 22nd. And it's for our teens, 13 to 17-year-olds. But it's pretty interesting because it shows how esports are growing and how they're becoming more respectable. The IHSA is recognizing esports as an emerging high school sport. We're talking about video games. You know what I'm talking about? People are playing those.
Yes,
and then also millions of dollars of scholarships have been offered over recent years for esports. So apparently, maybe you don't need to kick your son off the video games, Amy.
Well, yes, I do because he's only 10, and those tournaments are for kids who are older. So I'm still gonna kick him
I'm
off.
always so torn on it, right? Like I'm like, come on, go outside and play real sports or whatever. But it's an activity. It brings them together. There's a lot of socialization that happens there. So who am I to say that? If it's what they enjoy and that's something that brings them together, so whatever.
To a degree,
I guess
right? And I totally agree with you because they need socialization, but to a degree, everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, I was going to say moderation, and yeah, we'll leave it there. Period.
Period. All right, guys. To stop the spread of COVID-19, Google says its employees will remain remote until at least the fall. Okay, what it means is its West Loop headquarters will remain closed. When it does reopen, possibly in September, employees will likely have a flex week in there. So that will be in the office for like 3 days, home for 2. And experts are predicting that this will likely be a trend amongst a lot of companies nationwide and globally after that. Thoughts?
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, look, when you get to the 10-yard line, don't fumble the football, right? Like get to the end zone. So if companies have really they've invested millions of dollars, millions of man and woman power hours in having people work from home and do it safely and do it successfully. Why would you ever risk bringing everyone together until the vaccination rates have reached herd immunity? It makes no sense to then have an outbreak then in your office.
And we're talking about cutting overhead costs too. I think so many more people are going to be working from home, and if that's saving these companies money. Companies are typically pumping out thousands and millions of dollars just so they can provide a place to work. Although I love how it's changing how we do things and make it like more flexible and stuff. I think that's 1,000% necessary. But I will say there is something about coming together and having that teamwork and that collaboration that shouldn't be overlooked either.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're, thinking about work-life balance a little bit more. I hate the fact that this came out today because I was like, I don't want to wait till September to go back to work.
Yeah,
exactly. Right?
Well, that's selfish, Amy.
Totally. But if I find out I've had the antibody, I'll jump through hoops to make that happen and make people safe. Is what I'm saying too, though.
Yeah. That's because you got a bunch of little ones at home. I'm like, my couch is only about 14 steps away.
It works out well for us.
All right, though we shouldn't say that either. Okay, fire and water. We all know that those don't mix. But what about a blowtorch and coffee? Well, the folks at Hero Coffee Bar seem to think those work just fine. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Michelle Martinez, and I'm the owner of Hero Coffee Bar Chicago. I have 4 locations in total, 3 in downtown and 1 in Lakeview. Hero Coffee Bar was founded in 2014, and I took over as owner in 2018. I fell in love with the brand as soon as I saw the logo. The idea of being a hero in Chicago and what that means for myself as an owner as well as for the staff members here at Hero. So one of our most popular drinks right now at Hero is our seasonal called the Maple Brulee. One of my personal favorites in particular because I get to play with fire. It is a latte with maple syrup and blowtorched sugar top. Always a fun one for our guests to see. And our pumpkin pie latte is actually a house-made recipe that I came up with as somebody who is on a plant-based diet. I wanted to make sure that something that everybody could enjoy. Another thing that's really cool about Hero is we actually serve bagel sandwiches. We get the bagels local and freshly delivered every day. Our barista ambassadors in the back take their time on making specialty breakfast sandwiches for all of our heroes. Our most popular being the Smooth Criminal. That one is your choice of bagel with goat cheese, fig jam, sriracha, and egg on top of melted Monterey Jack cheese. Our Manhattan is our second most popular, and I believe that that one is by far the tastiest. It's your choice of bagel with egg, cheese, ham, and bacon, kind of your standard, as well as the veggie for our veggie friends. We've got your choice of bagel with chive cream cheese, tomatoes, cucumbers, and onions. $1 from each bag of beans sold actually goes to a nonprofit here in Chicago, and we have a few really great partners that we're working with: Street Samaritans, Paws, the Greater Chicago Food Depository, and the Loop Alliance. And on MLK Day, we actually close all the locations the last 2 years since I've been owner, and we volunteer in beautifying a school on the south side of Chicago. So if you're in the neighborhood, we would love for you to stop by. We have 4 locations here in Chicago, 3 in downtown and 1 in Lakeview, and can't wait to be our next hero.
Yeah, there are the addresses of those locations, herocoffeebars.com. And Chicago Food to Go airs Sundays at 11:30. And this weekend is our holiday episode. I just saw a sneak peek of it. It's real good. So you'll definitely want to watch that. Yeah, some really cool ways that you can save up a little bit as you head around for the holidays. All right, birthday girl, what's up?
Cool.
Yeah, John, stop. I'm blushing. Okay,
Stop.
if you were worried, yeah, stop, but don't stop. If you were worried how to get your wish list to Santa Claus fast, no need to fret, because like most of 2020, he's going virtual. Something for you to celebrate, maybe. So you can get a virtual visit with Santa. This is all being thrown by the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. They got over 3,500 members, just FYI. You can get, because Santa Claus is, of course, multicultural, you can get a Black Santa, you can get a Hollywood Santa, you can get your hometown Santa, whichever hometown you're in. And you should know that it might cost you a pretty penny. Okay, they do have free ones. Those are like pre-recorded videos. You can get those from Macy's. But it'll cost you anywhere from free to $750, depending on how long you want this Santa and how personal and private you want it to be. So you can get a direct line to the North Pole, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah, and let's make sure that we, so everyone understands out there, Santa has many helpers, and because he can't be at all the malls at once, he dispatches his helpers so that all the kids can get a chance to talk to his helpers and ask their wish lists. So that's why there's so many options to choose from. I love this because I do not, in any span of Hades, want to wait in line at a mall for anything at all. Not even in COVID times, pre-COVID times, whatever. Sounds awful. So this is such a great option, and I hope it continues past this.
Tell you what, though, $750 for one of the pricier ones.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
I'll tell you what. Oh, I know. I'm just saying that one of Santa helpers is going to be an older brother or something like that with a cheap-ass beard and a red blanket over his head, because that's the real Santa's helper. What do you want, little brother? What do you want, little brother? I meant to say. So. But, sure.
Okay.
I like it. Why not? Holiday spirit. I'm not a Grinch, I promise.
That's
cute. I know you're not. Okay. You probably have your holiday lights up by now. You've seen all of our holiday cheer here. It is a lot of work, so show them off to us. Snap a photo or some video. Look at this. This is amazing. And Lyle. And share it with us at cw26chicago.com. We're partnering with ComEd's Energy Efficiency Program to bring you holiday lights. We're going to feature images on air and on our social media. You saw the video there from Lyle, another picture from Lyle. I love the stuff in the front yard. It's so cute. Oh, again, so cute. Send your photos to cw26chicago.com for a chance to get your pictures on the air. All right, Krista Green, what's up?
Oh my gosh, we have got to talk the latest celebrity freak out. Someone went off and it was not pretty. So that's coming up in trending. We'll be right back after this.
Brandon Pope here with the news you need to know. First, the federal government is cutting the next shipments of COVID vaccines to Illinois and other states by half. There's no word why, but Governor Pritzker calls the news disappointing. Other news you need to know, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is making the case to fellow Republicans to pass a new COVID relief deal. This one would include $600 stimulus checks for qualifying Americans. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear the NCAA's appeal of a court ruling to allow college athletes to be paid for educational expenses. And the MLB is officially elevating the Negro Leagues to major league status. That means stats from those leagues are now finally going to be combined with MLB stats. Major recognition and long overdue for Major League Baseball.
The COVID-19 pandemic continues to put stress on families struggling to pay their bills. AC Green is here to talk about how the law offices of Matthew Basinger can help with one of the biggest expenses, and that is mortgage payments. AC, obviously a rough time for people right now, and paying those mortgage payments can be really stressful. So what can be done to help people in need right now?
Who knows the formula for this? We know we have to survive. We know we have to pay our bills. We know we have to have a place to stay. We have to pay for utilities. Although the utility companies give you a break, but they're not going to forgive those payments. And neither are mortgage companies going to forgive those payments. You're going to have to pay. So many people are getting forbearances from their mortgage company, but a forbearance is not forgiveness, and forbearance is not allowing you to, kind of short your payment forever, but a modification gives you a permanent restructuring of your mortgage payment, and that's what people really need. So get the forbearance if you got to get it. But I'm of the school that says, listen, go ahead. You got to bite the bullet, bite the whole bullet. Don't, like President Barack Obama was famous for saying, don't kick the can down the road forever and thinking that somehow it's going to just get right. It's not going to just get right. You got to make it right.
Yeah, you're talking a little bit about short-term solutions. Are they good to hold people over, or should you always look for the long-term solutions first? What do you think?
You should always look for leverage. In any negotiated situation, you should look for leverage. And let's face it, when it comes to you paying your mortgage and the mortgage company, listen, the mortgage company, they cannot sustain, millions upon millions upon millions of people not paying mortgages. And it's a pandemic. All right. So use this time to get a long-term fix through the leverage you have. Instead of getting a short-term, kicking the can down the road, forbearance, get a real deal forgiveness in some cases, and in most cases, get a modification, a permanent restructuring of your monthly mortgage payment. So we have people that have gone from, in the pandemic, that have gone from having to pay 9% down to 3% or 2%, because you're going to negotiate something. You get what I'm saying? Listen, since you're going to negotiate something, why not negotiate for the whole ball of wax? Most people don't know how to do it, and that's when the law office comes in handy, because they know they have done this through thousands of homeowners and over many, many mortgage servicers. So they understand the right conversation, the right negotiating strategy with the various mortgage servicers. So that's why you want to put them to work for you.
You have a radio show that really helps people, kind of bring a smile to their day and power through. How are you encouraging listeners through all this?
You want to make sure you take care of your physical health. You want to social distance, as they're telling you. You want to wear a mask when you're in close quarters with people. You want to do the things that you need to do right now, but don't give up. So mental health is a big deal right now. As we're going through a pandemic. And we don't want people to slip into depression and all those things. So what I do every day on the radio, I play great music. I encourage you, but then I bring answers too. That's the key thing. See, encouragement and having a good time without the answers is like having the party without the purpose. And the radio show brings the party with the purpose.
Yes, indeed. A party with the purpose. And we appreciate
Absolutely.
Always bringing the party, AC Green. Thank you so much. You can catch the AC Green Show on multiple stations at the acgreenshow.com. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
This story is buzzing everywhere today. Okay, so Tom Cruise, he's in the danger zone, and some leaked audio is casting him in a very different light. So Cruise is on set in London of Mission Impossible 7, and he spotted some crew members violating COVID protocol. So we can't hear the audio, but we have our John Hansen here to recreate it in our angriest Tom Cruise he can do.
They're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every bleeping studio night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you mother bleeper. I don't ever want to see it again.
Wow, that is Oscar worthy right there. Wow, John Hansen, thank you so much. But guys, since this story has been buzzing, some celebrities have come out. I gotta reel myself back in here. Whoopi Goldberg came out and defended Tom Cruise, but then stars like George Clooney said that he could have handled it differently. Now, COVID's no joke. I completely agree with everything Tom Cruise is saying, and they need to be, doing their protocol. But I think that there's a different way you could tell your crew, the people who are working for you and helping you on set, than screaming at them, pull them aside.
Yeah, that's pretty much what George Clooney said. I listened to a little bit of that. He was like, and me too, don't disagree with Tom Cruise's message at all, which I never thought I would hear myself say. However, I think the approach might have been a little harsh. Now, we also don't know the context. Was it a 12-hour shoot, a 16-hour shoot day? And and everyone was tired and they're frustrated and there have been multiple warnings. We don't know that. So you got to give somebody like Tom Cruise a little bit of grace in the situation, because at the end of the day, his thoughts and his meaning were good.
I feel like neither of you guys played sports. I just remember being on the team, being yelled at and cussed at to catch the ball, to run faster. You're too slow. You're too slow. And so as long as no one's like, cussing you out and calling you out of your name.
Well,
I mean, he was
is
passionate
cussing
about
him out,
something.
though.
He had a moment, maybe, Yeah, he
I
did
played
cuss you right.
sports. I'm sure Amy did too, and I'm sure Krista did too, when we were children. And that's how you talk to kids sometimes to motivate them. You don't talk to adults like that. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, or how many people are employed by you. You are talking to other adults. If you are that upset about it, then shut down the production. I would never, ever work for someone after they did that to me. No chance. Not worth any money.
First of all,
Well, that's like
What if the check? Yeah, what if
John
what was the
doesn't.
check like?
John doesn't think I played sports. Come on, bro. I don't get this big.
No. You nodded along to Felicia, so I assume that
you played
also
sports.
are going to agree with her. Yes,
I do. Tom Cruise is the coach, okay? And coaches sometimes express themselves in a way. I mean, nobody in that room going to fight Tom Cruise, right? So, I say, Tom, let your stuff off. It was a good message, and I support it wholeheartedly because there's people, I want to do the same thing to them. I don't, but
it doesn't motivate anyone when you yell like that. It doesn't do anything. It just makes people hate themselves.
I would say
hate
it
their
depends on the
position.
person.
I agree.
Hey,
Yeah,
what
it
should
depends on
motivate
the
them is
person.
the money. Getting paid and staying healthy. That should motivate them.
Hey, we're getting told. No, everyone's got to go right to break right now. Producers are yelling at us, so we got to go. So get on it. See, it's not very fun. We'll be right back.
I don't like it.
Oh, Felicia's going to lead her own birthday song. Okay. Happy birthday.
Happy to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
The most Felicia thing to ever happen was her just starting her own birthday song.
Right.
Yes.
listening to something and I didn't want anyone to hear it.
Okay, Wednesday means game night. Let's all do our best game night thing, and Krista will turn it into a GIF. Okay, there we go. Thanks for playing. There it is, Brandon. Okay, so we're going to play a game called Bah Humbug, and emphasis on hum. We're going to all hum a Christmas song, no words, no extra sounds, and we all have to guess what it is. And if you can't do it, you are gonzo. All right, Krista, you are up first. Hum your song, girl.
All right, let me get my performance ready. Here's my
okay.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Happy holiday.
Yeah.
All
In sync.
right.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC. Thank you all.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Brandon, you're up
All
next.
This one's easy, okay?
Jingle bells. Got it. All right. Okay. Very good.
Easy.
Very
That
good.
was
That
good.
was easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Felicia?
This one's hard. Sorry.
Carol
Feliz
Bell.
Navidad. Feliz Navidad. There we go.
Was it this that gave it away?
I couldn't think of the name. It was stupid.
Enrique's not going to be happy that I messed that one up.
It's
All
a
right,
little
Amy,
rough.
you're up.
You missed it,
Okay.
Amy.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh, there
All right. Here I go. We're all still in it. Here we go.
Rudolph
the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, very good. All right, we all are still in for round one. Krista, start us on round number 2.
Hang on, sorry, I wasn't stage ready. Okay.
Frosty Snowman.
Frosty Snowman. Yeah.
Frosty Snowman, yeah.
We're too good at this.
We are. Poper.
All right, this one's a little challenging.
Oh, you really must say, da-da-da-da. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside.
Baby,
I
it's
got
cold
it.
outside.
Oh,
I
that
tried to
was
do
a
both
hard one.
voices. I tried to do both voices.
All right,
That was a good one.
Felicia,
That was
here we
hard.
go.
Okay.
Really quick.
Here comes Santa Claus.
Who's Santa Claus? All right, Amy, you're up.
Oh shoot! I just blanked. Hold on.
Wow.
Want me to go?
Move on. I just blanked.
Tag out.
Joy to the world. Joy to the world.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
We did really good.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. We all win.
We did good. We did
We
good.
did it.
Is Amy still blank?
We did it.
She's still blank.
I'm still.